Cosplay is a trend that is sweeping the UK by storm. Inspired by Japanese anime, it is a performing art where people like to dress up as their favourite fantasy character and meet like-minded people. Die-hard cosplayers travel far and wide to attend elaborate conventions where they can meet other cosplayers. At these conventions, they can swap tips and participate in roleplay. We are off to meet Ben Hoyle, an avid cosplayer who lives in Essex.
Cosplay is when you dress up and act out as a character from comic book, anime, manga or video game. I got into cosplay last October, about 2 years back, and I've enjoyed it ever since.
So how many costumes have you made for cosplay?
I've made about 3 in all, and I've bought about maybe 3 or 4. My favourite is my Red Lantern, and I made that with my mum, and it took us about 3 days to make, and yeah, it's really fun. I enjoy that costume.
Why is it something that people should get into?
I've had 5 or 6 friends come to me asking me should I get into it, and say yeah, it's a bit of fun. And I did help one girl who wanted to do Catwoman, and now she's gone on to doing other costumes and she's enjoying it.
So you obviously spend quite a lot of time going to conventions and travelling a long way. If you could, would you spend all your time on it?
No.
No, you wouldn't.
I would not spend all my time and effort into it, because it's meant to be a hobby. And if you was to make it into a job or into something that's always constantly on your mind, it will give you a headache and you think, I give up. So it should really just stay as a hobby, unless you're wanting to do it as an acting thing or make commissions.
And what do you do at your social meetups and the gatherings?
We just chat, we hang around. Afterwards we go to the pub that's near, we have a few drinks, and yeah, we just have a laugh together really. I've met over maybe 500 people, and I've got, well, on my cosplaying Facebook I've got about 800 friends on there. And but it is a bit hard to keep social life and cosplaying life separate, because many of my friends live far away and most of my social things are in London. The first thing that you should do if you're wanting to get into cosplay is to see what costume you'd feel comfortable with. Because let's say if a girl wanted to do a costume but they didn't want to show off all their flesh, such a character like Miss Marvel, all she wears is a black swimsuit with black tights with a lightning bolt. Some girls may not feel comfortable wearing that. And we did have a girl who wanted to do a costume, and myself and a few friends said you should do Harley Quinn, and she did her own look of it and it looks very good. She did a very good job on it. So are you going to any conventions soon, or have you've been to one? I've just recently been to one called AmeCon, and it's an anime convention. First time going, they only do it every 2 years, and I have to say it was a lot of fun, really enjoyable.
So what goes on at conventions?
Signings for, say, people who've done acting, like London Film Comic Con, that's a big signing there. We had someone from Galactus with the circle headpiece there who agreed to have a few photos with the Heroes Alliance, which was fun. And a few voice actors from Dragon Ball Z and just other voice actors in general, really. What else do you do there? Is it just to go and meet people? Meet people. Some people just go to meet people or just to cosplay. But in general, it's either to buy things, see some stars, see what they have to give, such as like cosplaying, of course, seeing the costumes that they've done, or people who are, or as the cosplayers call it, civvies, in their civvy clothes. People coming up asking for photos and stuff, which is pretty fun.
Many cosplayers like Ben meet through meetups and conventions. This is the most popular way for fellow cosplayers to meet and share their hobby. We were lucky enough to attend Colchester Castle Park cosplay event, where we met some of the finest cosplayers in London.
I originally got into cosplay because I watched a lot of anime as a kid and quite enjoyed it and everything, and then I got through a lot of stress and everything, and then I found cosplay to be someone so I could be someone different who I dreamed to be. Like when I was a kid, I loved to be Sailor Moon, or I loved to be, one of the Pokemon characters, because they were just like out of my imagination. I just loved being those characters. And then as I got older, I realised cosplay is a little bit more than that. You could, meet new people. You can, not just be another person. You can, show to the people like what you've made and everything like that. And just kind of went on from there, really.
It's been a few years, really. It's first started about 4 years ago when I went to an expo. I saw so many people dressed up and I thought, I might like to try and do that. So I decided looked through everything to decide. My mate Chris got me into watching this program called Doctor Who and decided I enjoyed Tennent, so I decided just to come and cosplay as him.
I think it stems back to when I was very young. I used to watch a lot of anime, and then when I was young I just wanted to dress as my favourite characters, and I suppose I never kind of grew out of it, basically.
Well, I got introduced to it through my friends when I was 16, and actually the costume I'm wearing now was the first one they ever said that, so this was the first one.
I started about 16 as well. I've always been a fan of games, comics, and I started sewing and people just asked me to make them, so I thought I'll do it as well.
The way I got into cosplay, basically because I really liked the characters and I just wanted to see what it would be like to dress up as them and wear the clothes they wear and everything, so.
If I'm on my own, probably feel a bit self-conscious, yeah, because you're being different to everyone else, and you kind of feel a little bit out of place. But when you're with others, it's a lot easier to show yourself because you're saying, there's a lot more of us than you think, and it's quite fun to be around. So I'm not too self-conscious. It's more when I'm on my own.
It's definitely meeting like-minded people, because obviously in what you call your normal life, work and stuff, we don't really meet people who like your kind of thing. But here, you can have a chat, make new friends, just a nice social event, really.
Cosplay is a growing hobby in the UK which has been spurred on by our love of comics and gaming. There are many events around the UK for cosplay, and the numbers of attendees have been growing year on year.